Hello. This video will demonstrate the process of setting up WorldShare Collection Manager institution settings to create a profile for your WorldCat cataloging partner collection. Before creating a WorldCat cataloging partner collection, review and configure your institution settings, which apply to all collections. Changes to these settings can impact other collection types. While institution settings set defaults for your profile, you can override them with collection-specific settings, which will be covered in a separate video. Begin by signing into your library's WorldShare URL with your username and password. Click Metadata on the top left and then click Collection Manager. If you do not have a WorldShare account or you do not see the Metadata tab, contact OCLC support in your region. Click on Institution Settings. Here you can enable and customize your MARC records and opt to receive emailed reports. Click the OCLC symbol accordion. Verify that your institution's OCLC symbol is listed. This symbol will be used to maintain holdings in WorldCat and output MARC records. If the symbol does not show or is not correct, contact OCLC support. Click the WorldCat Holdings accordion. Select Yes to enable WorldCat holdings. This will apply default settings across all collections. WMS subscribers can set a holdings audience level for Collection Manager collections. Select if you would like the existing holding audience level changed. Note, this will specifically apply to knowledge-based collections. At the collection level, you will have the option to disable or delay setting holdings and change the holdings audience level settings. Next, click the MARC Records accordion. Select Yes to enable MARC record delivery. If already enabled for another collection type, Yes will be pre-selected. Once record delivery is enabled, you'll see 4 tabs to review and edit. The Customize Records tab opens automatically. Here you can customize your records to fit your library's needs by adding or removing fields and/or subfields. Your record profile can include library-specific details like invoice date, net price, barcode, custom notes, and more. Institution settings apply to all collections, but you can configure individual collections and manage specific MARC options at the collection level. Review your institution's 4-character holding library code, which identifies a location, collection, material category, or library branch, for example, main. Leave this field blank or enter a holding library code, which will be mapped to the 049, subfield A, in all your records. When entering holding library code, use the one that applies to the majority of your collections. This can be overridden in individual collections. Next, you can edit the data values mapped to your MARC records. You can delete fields and subfields by selecting tags, subfield codes, and indicators from drop-down lists. For example, to delete all 029 fields with a second indicator of 2, select the 029 field and choose 2 under the second indicator under the Delete section. To delete additional fields, click the green plus sign and select the desired field, such as 938. To delete only a subfield, enter the tag, indicators, and the subfield in the Delete Subfield section. You can add fields to your records by selecting from available data elements. The drop-down list under Value includes fields for multiple collection types. This video will review the values that are specific to cataloging partner collections. When you select Cataloging Partner Data, an additional drop-down list appears. The values listed apply only to cataloging partner collections, such as account number. Be sure to select all data elements used by your material providers. Data is supplied by your provider, and not all providers supply each of the values listed. Thus, adding fields to the profile doesn't guarantee they'll appear in the records. Contact your provider if you have questions about the data they can send to OCLC. You can add multiple fields and tags or build out a single tag. To demonstrate, I will add a 996 field with several data values. I'll enter the 996 field with both indicators set to blank and select subfield A. I'll select Cataloging Partner Data under Value, then choose Account Number under the Using section. Next, I will click on the green plus sign next to value to add another value. Use the red minus sign to delete a value. By default, a space is added between values. I can select Do Not Add a Space to remove it. I'll select Cataloging Partner Data again, then choose Branch Code. Next, I'll select Cataloging Partner Data, then Invoice Number. Lastly, I'll select Cataloging Partner Data, then Invoice Date. I'll select the date format needed. Other data values like control numbers and prices may offer format options. Choose these if you need a format different from your material provider's default. Use the Collection Custom Text value to map custom collection level notes to your records. For example, you can include a customized version of the provider's name in records for a specific collection. Each collection can have an unlimited number of custom text notes. Click the green plus sign next to add field. I'll add a field tag of 590, both indicators blank and subfield A. I'll select Collection Custom Text under Value. Under Using, I'll choose the label of the custom text note. If you would like to define your own custom text label, click the Define Custom Text Labels button. Enter the desired label text. I'll enter the word access as I plan to add information about the access. Click the green plus sign to add and define a new label. Click Apply. Remember to enter the custom text details in the collections that require them, which will be covered in a separate video. You can customize your profile to automatically copy the call number from the WorldCat record into a specific field by selecting the Copy Call Number value. Then, select which field to copy and options related to spacing and separating data into subfields. I will add a 945 field with the first indicator as 1 and the second indicator as blank. I'll select subfield A, then the value copy call number. I'll use the drop-down list to indicate that I want the call number copied from the 050. Then I'll choose the format exactly as it appears. This setting can be overridden within each collection. If you select the date delivered value, you will need to select the format for the date. Use the Enter Free-Form text value to enter text that will be constant data in every record. Unlike Collection Custom Text, which is mapped in the Customize Records tab and tailored for specific collections, free-form text applies universally across all records. You can combine free-form text with other data values. For example, I'll enter a 999 field with blank indicators and subfield A. I'll select Enter Free-Form Text. In the box provided, I'll enter the barcode is. I'll add a value using the green plus sign. I'll select Cataloging Partner Data, then barcode number under the Using list. In the next section, the Knowledge Base 856 field and Customize Local Data areas can be ignored as they do not apply to cataloging partner collections. Under WorldCat 856 field, enter the domain for each link you would like to retain in your records. For example, the link for eBrary. Click the green plus sign to add additional domains. Only 856 fields that match the entered domain will be retained in your records. If no 856 fields match the entered domain, they will all be retained. Additionally, you can delete or add specific subfields in the WorldCat 856, and when adding subfields, you can select data values as needed. Cataloging partner collections are part of your holdings in WorldCat, thus you can receive updated records for your holdings when changes occur. Note that WorldCat update records will not include your mapped cataloging partner provider data. So, if you enable WorldCat updates, ensure your provider data is preserved when overlaying updated records in your system. Now click the WorldCat Updates tab. To receive updates, use the Update option drop-down to select Knowledge Base, Query, Data Sync Collections, and WorldCat Holdings. Enter the OCLC symbol or symbols for which you'd like to receive updates, separated by spaces. If you provide multiple symbols, only one set of records will be sent. Under Update Conditions, choose to receive updates for any change, or select Receive Updates for selected criteria and complete the Include and/or Exclude tabs to specify the types of changes that will trigger an updated record. Click the Record Delivery tab. You will receive a record for each item in the manifest that matches a WorldCat record. The default record standard displays. If you need to select a different format, use the drop-down to select. Delivery frequency and file output options do not apply to cataloging partner collections. Records for these collections are delivered one time after you enable records and activate the collection. Records and reports output daily, 7 days a week, but delivery depends on when providers send order information to OCLC. Note that records are retained for only 90 days. If you miss downloading a file, you will need to ask the vendor to resend the manifest with order information. In a separate video on creating collections, you'll learn how to set collection-level options to send records for each of your collections in separate files and how to deselect records by cataloging source or encoding level. Click the Cataloging Partner Options tab. These record delivery options are only available for cataloging partner collections. You can opt to not receive records if your WorldCat holdings are already set for the matching record. To enable this, enter the appropriate OCLC symbol or symbols in the text box, separated by spaces. Next, select Yes to receive PDRs if no WorldCat record is delivered. PDRs are not MARC records. They are optional brief OCLC system-generated placeholder records created when an OCLC MARC record is not found or delivered. They include title, ISBN, vendor-provided data, and your mapped provider data. Select Yes or No to indicate whether you would like the OCLC control number in PDRs, if available. Now, click the Reports accordion. Select Yes to receive an email notification when reports are available for download. Notifications will be sent from usage_statistics@oclc.org when record files have been output. Available record and label files can be downloaded directly from the WorldShare interface under Metadata, then My Files. Enter your 9-digit cataloging authorization number. Next, under Report Types, click the arrow to expand Cataloging Partner Report Options. Click the box to select a report. You can learn more about reports on our help site. Enter the email address or addresses for report notifications. It is recommended to include multiple contacts, separated by a semicolon. Select your preferred report format and delivery settings. Then click the Save button at the top of the screen. To access our help site from the WorldShare interface, click the drop-down arrow next to Need Help in the top right corner. Select General Help. Click Metadata Services, then WorldShare Collection Manager. Scroll down to find help with cataloging partner collections and scroll further for help on reports under the Understand Reports section. Visit oc.lc/support to obtain additional documentation, training, and information about contacting OCLC support in your region. Thank you for your attention.